I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem used to gay bash and murder his mom, and now he doesn't want fans if they voted for Trump. We're ashamed to be American. You should probably love it, cause you have the right to say it and not get strung up in public. As children we were taught how to walk and talk, but the system wants adults to sit down and shut up. Cancel culture runs the world now, the planet went crazy. Label everything we say as homophobic or racist. If you're white, then you're privileged, guilty by association. All our childhood heroes got Me Too'd or they're rapists. They never freed the slaves. They realized that they don't need to change. They gave us tiny screens, we think we free cause we can't see the cage. They knew that race war would be the game they need to play. For people to big teams, they use the media to feed the flame.
They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
I think it's crazy how these people screaming facts, but they fake woke. Hate their neighbor cause he wears a mask or he stays home. Has a daughter but his favorite artist said he slays hoes. Picks her up from school, music slaps on the way home. Censorship's an issue cause they choose what they erase. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. I think Black Lives Matter was the stupidest name, when the system's screwing everyone exactly the same. I just want to spend Thanksgiving Day with food and my family, without being accused of celebrating native casualties. We got so divided, it's black and white and political. Republicans are bigots, libtards if you're liberal. There's riots in our streets and it's just getting worse. Y'all screaming deep on the police, y'all are genius for sure. They're underfunded already, they're way too busy to work. Order food and call the cops, see what reaches you first. Segregation ended, that's a lie in itself. That was a strategy to make us think they were trying to help. They knew that racism was hot if they designed it to sell. We buy up every single box and divide us ourselves.
They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
We use violence to get peace and wonder why it isn't working. That's like sleeping with a football team to try and be a virgin. Politicians are for sale and someone always makes the purchase, but you and I cannot afford it. Our democracy is worthless. If a man has mental illness, call him crazy, say it silently. When country's going crazy, we accept it as society. Get sick and take a pill. When the side effects get you high, you get addicted like these rappers dying fighting with sobriety. Censoring the facts turns our children into idiots. They claim it's for our safety. I'll tell you what it really is. Removing information that empowers all the citizens. The truth doesn't damage points of view that are legitimate. They're trying to change amen to amen and women. How'd we let them make praying a microaggression? Instead of asking God for the strength to keep winning, we cheat to get ahead and then we ask him for forgiveness. Feminism used to be the most righteous of fights, but these days it feels like they secretly hate guys. I don't trust anyone who bleeds for a week and don't die. I'm just kidding, but everything else that I said is right.
They so fake woke. Facts don't care about feelings. They know they won't tell me what to believe in. They so fake woke. Same old safe zones. They so fake woke. Facts don't care about your feelings.
I can't be canceled, there's no way that you can stop me. I'm fully independent, there's no label who can drop me. Y'all been starting rumors, let me help you with some. Yeah. I'm a racist, I'm a sexist, I'm in love with Donald Trump. Y'all can't.
Oh boy.
I think it's crazy I'm the one who they labeled as controversial, and Cardi B is the role model for 12-year-old girls. There's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard, but if I mention race in a song, I'm scared I'll get killed for it. It's backwards, it's getting exponentially dumb. It's more difficult to get a job than purchase a gun. Eminem.
Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. Just 3 nights before Christmas, and here on the show, a bearded gamer and Niners are ready to go. Neither star is well hung, but their ladies don't care. They just wish either one had a full head of hair. One almost killed a girl while reciprocating head. The other took a shit to avoid laying in bed. There's Tommy with San Fran and me with the heels, rarely giving a shit how anyone feels. When your feelings affect our rights, they no longer matter. I hope Amber Heard finds a man and gets brutally battered. Away with Smollett, with a kick in his ass, and not 'cause he's gay, and not 'cause he's black. Over the moon with Miss Elizabeth, I've fallen for sure. But she's not a fan of the show, and I think that's absurd. And Tommy loves Erica, and Colin, and hugs. Give him one. But his gout, it hates carbs, so he should have none. Sit back and get ready. The show is loaded with cheer. We're thrilled that you're with us. We're thrilled to be here. Like Elsa when she belts out to let it snow. Welcome to the Number 9 Christmas episode. Tommy fucking Washington, what's been up, man? How are you?
Pat, you know that gout isn't brought on by carbs, right?
I was looking for things that rhyme, Tom. You're going to have to let it go.
All right. I didn't know that we were a factless podcast, but all right. I mean,
all right. Hey, listen, your Tom Cruise obsession has turned you into a Scientologist, apparently. Good for you.
I don't have a Tom Cruise obsession.
I don't know if I believe that.
Pat, I didn't see this in the timeline, so I didn't know if or when we wanted to cover it. But do you want to cover what we did last night real quick?
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Yeah, it'd probably be ideal. Do you
Are you fucking with are you on Google Docs right now?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're talking because
okay.
I just
you had like a whole thing highlighted, and I was like, what's he doing?
I had to copy it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so
it's been so long since we got an email from somebody that Pat forgot how I put them into the show.
No, honestly, I thought you had already put all the slides together. Are you putting slides together right now, like as we do the show?
No, I did it before. I just didn't unclick it after I copied it.
So last night you and I got together. We met. We talked about how much we had in our joint account. And we decided to spend X amount of it. Certainly everything that came in from donations, and then some of our own money. This was in addition to, we had already helped that family that you spoke about last episode. We had sent everything off of their Amazon wish lists.
And then some.
And then some, yeah. So we also went to Walmart last night. We bought 10 $50 gift cards. And we didn't get to hand them all out, but we handed some of them out. We found the first person we tried to hand one out to shot us down. That's right. We offered someone free money, and they said no.
Well, we didn't necessarily offer her a gift card. What we offered to was actually buy her.
Oh, that's true.
We offered to buy her carriage. Right, the things that she was already there purchasing.
She was a openly Christian woman who said that she probably needed it less than the next person, and that she wanted us because basically she said Christ comes to you in we'll say unappetizing ways often. She wanted us to find and I'm paraphrasing, the creepiest looking motherfucker in the store and give them a gift card.
That's pretty much what she said.
Yeah, she was like, somebody with like the gauges. You know what? I'm not going to describe the person, which we fucking died because, I mean, I wanted to roll up my sleeves and just be like, ma'am, I'm covered in tattoos. I already know how you feel about me. But she was a sweet woman anyways. And she, I guess we could say paid it forward in her own way because she didn't take the money. She wanted us to give it to somebody less fortunate. We really didn't find a super gross person to give a gift card to, but the hunt continues. We're going to go back out tomorrow. We did find what I'll say was a nice 4 set of young adults. One was a boyfriend, one was a girlfriend, and then they had 2 of their buddies with them. They were super duper excited. She shot a message to the show and said that her boyfriend is a big fan of podcasts and that he was going to give us a listen. I said, he should just come on the show and fucking we'll rap. Let's go. I even invited him to my house. So we'll see if he drops in and does an episode with us. We found a young, what we thought was a young couple, which turned out to be true. But then we got into our number 9 with Tommy ways, and we were asking all about their living situation. They each have kids, but they don't have a kid together. Tom, I feel like there was one more that we gave a gift card to.
Well, no, we ended up that couple that each had their own kids, but didn't have a kid together. We gave them each one to help buy gifts for each of their kids. That's what we ended up doing. But that was it, man. You would not believe how
there wasn't a third. There wasn't a third group that we gave a gift card to.
No, we gave out 3 gift cards. It was to the one group and the twosome there.
Man,
but Walmart on a Tuesday night, 3-4 days before Christmas, completely fucking dead.
It was very, very dead. And we were specific, admittedly, I mean, Tommy went into this with the intention of basically handing out 10 gift cards and leaving. He was just looking for people who needed money. And I very selfishly, while I'm on the same page as him, felt like it should be beneficial to the show. We specifically gave gift cards to people in our kind of demographic, people who are the right age range to listen to the show. Because I'm all for holiday cheer, but I felt like we should at least work towards getting something out of it. A little peek behind the fourth wall there. Peel back the curtain and show you how the sausage is made. And I feel like every organization does that, but they fucking hide it. So I'm just being open about it.
So the chat's, we got a couple people in chat. I want to say hi to Blue Justice. He's in the chat.
Blue Justice,
or whatever the hell he calls himself, his super cape name.
Blue Thunder.
Yeah, Blue Thunder. He said take 2 because when I went live, Pat's screen was on the wrong screen on the podcast, so I had to fix that real quick. And then Erica's in here and says that she thinks that we need to say that we were not necessarily looking for gross people. Pat did say that, I think, but yeah, we weren't out there looking.
Yeah,
for gross people.
We weren't looking at the woman's request. She basically wanted us to find a homeless person, which there's not a vast amount of inside of Walmart doing Christmas shopping. So we didn't exactly find, a wretched looking putrid human being, mostly because that girl that Tom used to fuck wasn't there that night. Erica, you have single-handedly almost filled our meme section. Everything on the show is holiday. Everything on the show is holiday related. Erica sent us some of the funniest fucking Christmas memes I've ever seen in my life, and I cannot wait to get into memes.
Yes, Blue Thunder, the chat is working, sir.
The chat is behind, though, so if you send a message, it gets to us about a minute after you send it, I believe. Also, there are some things that, like Miss Elizabeth, Erica, even Blue Justice sent in that will not be on the show yet because they'll be on Sunday's show. I kept everything on the show about Christmas.
Christmas was such a wonderful time of year. Anyway, Pat, you want to get in mail time?
Let's fucking go. What hoodie? Oh, you got that hoodie from last night on?
Mm-hmm.
I picked up a new hoodie at work today.
I really wish you would just wear our company on you.
What happened?
Really wish you would just support our company and wear our company shirts, but you don't.
What do you mean, on the show?
On our show, in public, anywhere.
I wore a company hat last night. Your hoodie does not display the company image at all on the show.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, when I go out in public, I put on something. Usually it's number 9 with Tommy.
I wear the hat a lot.
No, I don't believe that for a second.
I do. I have a couple in rotation.
The Bearded Gamer hat is not one of ours.
That's true.
What is Mr. Blue just say? What the fuck?
I have to assume it's because of the delay. Blue Justice, explain yourself.
Well, it's really just keeping up with your speed. Delayed.
Oh, shots fired. There's
anyway,
plenty
Pat,
more where that came from. Headed into this email.
Pat, we got one piece of mail in.
I believe the word you're looking for is hate mail, Tom.
Well, I'm used to
that
it.
is unfortunate. Can you change that to like neon green or something?
No, what you can do is read it off your tablet. That's what you could do. I tried black ink, I tried white ink, I tried pink ink. Nothing works. So I just left it with white. And if you can't read it, too fucking bad. I do want to say this. I got this meme sent into the email because finally Blue Justice is following the rules. And I nearly pissed my fucking self when I saw this. And it says, if Omicron is really bad, just wait until Megatron and Optimus Prime arrive. We're really fucked then. I thought that was so fucking funny. I literally nearly pissed myself.
Apparently, Tom thought that was so funny that it's the only non-Christmas thing on the entire show. You snuck that one in there.
Well, he sent it in, and I don't want him to think that I don't appreciate what he did. So
that's fair.
I got his back.
Fair. Speaking of appreciation, let's get to his email. Blue Justice writes in saying, "Blue Justice here, long-time listener, first-time emailer." Well, he's also, according to you, Tom.
This isn't the first time he's emailed in.
Is that true? Oh, you know what? I don't think that's true. I think he emailed a long time ago.
That was the first shot he took at me because I said that he never writes into the show.
It says, it shouldn't matter where you get your reviews or comments or memes from your listeners. It should just matter that you get them. Otherwise, you'd be two fat guys sitting in your basements yelling up to your wife or girlfriend for more Hot Pockets and Mountain Dew. Liz, the meatloaf. Fuck. Pat, thank goodness you're there to keep the show going. Please make sure you read this email. I think that was a reference to he didn't want you to delete the email, so he texted it to me as well. So the other listeners will be able to understand. I don't know who stutters or blunders more at reading, Tom or President Brandon. Tom, a little harsh of you to assume that no one would want to do a podcast with me. All kidding aside, you guys do a great job. I look forward to Mondays and Thursdays. Well, Mondays when Tom's not too lazy to actually partake and do the show. Patrick, to answer your question, the definition of rape in the third degree is as follows. So, for anybody who wasn't listening to the last episode, somebody was charged with rape in the third degree, and I guess in my head, rape is rape. So he gives us this definition, which is actually sexual assault in the third degree. It is a crime to have sexual contact with the intimate parts of another person by force or by threat of force. This law classifies unwanted forceful touching that is motivated by sexual gratification as a form of sexual assault when the contact is made with an intimate area of the body. The crime is more serious than regular assault because the law treats the form of assault more like rape and less like an assault. Offenders who are convicted of sexual assault in the third degree face severe consequences, including having felony records, and usually have to participate in sex offender probation and registration. I hope this helps. He also added the definition of restraining order. I think that's because of the follow-up right after it. So restraining order, a temporary court order issued to prohibit an individual from carrying out a particular action, especially approaching or contacting a specified person. And then he said, Pat McAfee might want to get one of those against you, Tom. Your obsession is frightening, and I'm officially in fear for his life. To wrap up this email, I hope you and your families have a happy and Merry Christmas. Blue Justice, out.
So I just want to throw this out there. When I said that the chat's delayed to keep up with him, he said, that's all right. I could probably write this in crayon. You'd probably be able to read it faster. So,
oh my fucking God.
I appreciate that. Dude, you talk about Pat McAfee, dude. Did you know that he just gave away $1.7 million to his listeners?
I did not know that.
He did, what was it, $1,500,000 winners and one $250,000 winner? What a fucking animal. You wanted to talk about another good guy giving away shit, dude? Nick Merckx, another guy that I'm a huge fan of. Tonight, actually, he did it Monday night, Tuesday night. He's doing it tonight and tomorrow night, giving away a total of $300,000 on his stream in like gifts and shit. Fucking guy's awesome.
Yeah, but Tom, did any of them go hand to hand delivering the gifts to the public? These guys can't hang with us.
Yeah, I mean, I just wish we had $100 to give away to somebody. Never mind, $100
technically
grand.
that couple that had children independently from each other got $100.
That's true. That is true.
So we're gonna jump into some memes, and these are
whoa,
fucking Christmas. Whoa. No, we're not. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have a reply to Mr. Justice himself?
Well, first we have to close out the segment, Pat. We know if
All
Dip
right.
is listening to the show, he likes things in segments. He likes things in order. Law and order. Blue Justice, law, order. Get it?
I get it.
So we have to close the segment out. I want to thank Blue Justice for following the rules of the show and emailing in. I'm sorry that you did twice as much work because you don't trust me and sent it to Pat and I. But I mean that one's kind of on you. I think I'm a pretty trustworthy guy. But I appreciate you sending your thoughts and prayers into the show. Merry Christmas to you and yours. And you know, maybe Sunday I'll have a comeback rap for you or something. I don't know.
A rap?
Probably not.
Oh my God, please.
You'd be
Please.
lucky if I had a comeback letter. Never mind.
That's a good point. I'm going to text Dip Dizzy Whistle and tell him we're doing the Christmas episode and he needs to get online.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I've got the rageful one debating how much money he owes.
Why is he debating? It's all online.
That's what he just said. I'm going through Venmo. I said, okay.
Good one. He's referring good one too, but
I already know, as a guy who doesn't know Blue Justice very well, where you're sitting, I know what my opening line would be to Blue Justice, and it's a fucking solid opener.
Yeah, I don't need to come back at him. There's a mutual respect we have for each other. Anyway, you ready? All right, it's time for everybody's favorite time. It's meme time. Pat, unfortunately, I think for a lot of the listeners, these memes aren't going to hit home because a lot of them are visual. Like Blue Justice is a visual learner.
So there's certainly something lost when you're not on the show live, but we also have to cater to a live audience because we're doing the show live. So we can do our best to describe what's going on in the photo.
Oh, well, this one's going to be hard to describe.
Is it? This is, it says, my aunt couldn't understand why everyone was laughing at her ceramic Santa. She put it down on the table facing them. And in the front, it is a ceramic Santa. His face, he's holding a Christmas tree. He's got a robe on. In the back, it's just the outline of basically the robe. And it looks like a giant red dildo.
Facts.
Very shiny, giant red dildo.
It looks like one someone I know may use.
It looks like Tom in a fucking turtleneck.
There you go.
The next one says, my grandma's new candle holders, and it is two angels. I'm going to say singing. Their mouths are wide open in the, I'm going to say optimal position to give a blowjob. And they're each holding a candle that has a tip on it that looks like a penis tip. And they're pointed directly at their mouths. So it looks like they're jerking off into their own mouths. That's what it looks like. The next one, this is my personal favorite. It is a picture of Frosty hugging a girl from behind. I'm going to say she's a Girl Scout from the looks of it. And
no. Girl Scouts were brown.
Okay, that's fair. She's in green and red. Either way, he's definitely secured her from behind. And there's a stop sign that says, Santa, I've been a good girl. Please stop. This one, I read a thing about this. This was actually intentional. So this is a fucking 40 or 50 foot tall butt plug. There's no way around it. It is described as a Christmas sculpture erected in Paris, and it's supposed to be a Christmas tree, which is valid. I can see if this was the Mario World video game, that looks like a Christmas tree. The artist is well known for making kind of thought-provoking art and conversation pieces. This is a giant butt plug. That motherfucker did this on purpose. This My grandma proudly presented her Christmas cookies that look like a candle. These are sugar cookies, plainly put in the shape of penises. It's standing up. This has a what are those white balls, Tom? Like on the outside of a non-peril? Is that what those things are called?
What?
The little, you used to get them at the movie theater. It's a chocolate with the white balls on the outside. Snow cap. Okay. So it looks like a melted down snow cap, and then the penis is sitting in it. So it's like a white penis shooting out of a white bush, and the frosting is dripping down the candle. Basically, it looks like a dick that just dropped a load. Tom, do you want to take some?
No, not really. I do want to say that Blue Justice is in the chat, and he wanted to correct me that Girl Scouts wear green. Brownies are the brown ones. Okay.
By the name, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think he's accurate, but maybe. I don't know, man. I don't associate with Girl Scouts. I don't have a daughter. So, I mean, I should have known that you knew what you were looking at, Pat. I'm sorry that I corrected you earlier.
Thank you, sir. This meme is a picture of, I guess those are, oh my God, did you see the price tag on those fucking things?
Yep.
It says this Christmas decoration this Christmas decoration got pulled from stores because of its unintentional perversion. This is Santa with his arms behind his head, like you may see a gentleman receiving fellatio. Coincidentally, there's also a child reaching up, sewed face to dick to this Santa. The price on the face to dick child and Santa, I guess, stuffed toy,
$69.95.
$69.95. Look at Santa's face, bro. He is so happy to be getting an underage blowjob right now. What the fuck is going on?
He's Santa for Christmas, but he's a priest normally.
Santa is about to drain his sack for that child. This says, when all you want for Christmas is a safe word, which is the perfect fucking headline. This is I'm going to say a Lion King looking toy. It's a lion with, it shoots balls out of its mouth, but it's got one to show you how it works. It's got one in its mouth, and to secure the packaging, it basically, it looks like a ball and gag on this lion. So this looks like a child sex toy. Good for them. Well played. This one is, it's a sign that says Santa hat. Unfortunately, the S is a capital S, and it's very large, so it goes just over the word hat. So it looks like it says Santa Shat. Santa Shat. That's beautiful.
It happens.
The headline says Santa did what? The last one, there's no way this isn't the majority favorite. It is a angel singing with her hands together in like the prayer fashion, and her mouth is wide open, her eyes are closed. She has 4 candles, all white atop her head, and well, they're used candles, and they have dripped wax all over her face. She looks like Riley Reid at the end of one of those 8-minute videos you can find on Pornhub or Aloha Tube or, I don't know, UJIS or XNXX or Submit Your Flicks. You know what? Any really porn sites in general. RedTube.
And back to the red dildo. All right. That's it for meantime.
That's amazing.
They're pretty good, I guess. He said, so the Blue Justice still in the chat. He said, that's true. Green is what Girl Scouts wear. Brownies wear the brown, and daisies wear the blue. Brownies are the younger.
Is a daisy?
Brownies are the younger version of Girl Scouts.
The fuck is a daisy then?
The older version of a Girl Scout.
And why don't they do something that makes sense? Like, those things are completely independent from each other. They don't, like, go together.
Pat, I don't think we've ever talked about this. And if we have, I forgot.
Is this about...
How do you
Oh, go
feel
ahead.
about girls joining the Boy Scouts?
That's actually my whole response.
Just wondering.
It doesn't make much sense.
Why not?
Even if your justification was like, well, she's a Boy Scout and she wanted to, or damn it, if you said she's a tomboy and she wanted to learn kind of like the male or the stereotypically male things, or she was more interested in Boy Scout activities, that's cool. You don't have to join the Boy Scouts to make a fucking toy car or to learn how to start a fucking campfire. You can do that independent from the group.
And in Girl Scouts. The youngest part of Girl Scouts are daisies, is what Erica said. Pat, I'm surprised you didn't know that. I was thinking about, they're so independent from each other, like Daisy, Brownie, they have nothing to do together, and then Brownie, Girl Scout, or what's the other one? Yeah, Girl Scout. They have nothing to do with each other. And then I was like, but the Boy Scouts would make sense, right? And I was like, no, because it goes from Boy Scout or Cub Scout to Boy Scout. It should really be like Cub Scout and Bear Scout, right? Like you've grown to a bear because you were a cub. I think I hit a nerve with Blue Justice. He said it's absolutely bullshit that girls can join the Boy Scouts.
Yeah, I don't think that should be allowed at all. For never mind, like the obvious fucking safety reasons. Especially if these are like young teens or teens, and boys have, like they're figuring themselves out, and some of them are more aggressive than others. I'm not sure that you should park these bitches in tents together. And by bitches, I don't mean girls. I mean all of these children, these bitches. I also don't think that boys should join the Girl Scouts. It's in the fucking title.
Well, but what if they identify as a boy?
Then the group they should be in is group therapy. Was this something I said? Did I say something? I'm sorry, Tom.
Oh, look at man, Pat's on a fucking roll today, man. He never gives us much opinion out. I love it. Group therapy. That's the name of the show.
I like how you're not offering any opinions. You're just asking mine because you're a piece of shit.
How does it feel, Pat? How does it feel?
I don't know what you're talking about.
128 episodes. This is exactly, I've been in your position for 128 episodes.
That's not true. I always tell you that I'm right down the middle. I still give my opinion. It's right down the middle.
Oh, I have an opinion, and I'm not going to say it.
Please share it with us. Tom, it's Christmas. It's the season of sharing. Share your feelings.
Pat, the last time that I shared my feelings on the show, I got in a lot of trouble, and you said what I said was very offensive.
Did it start with a D?
Yeah, that time I said dyke, you got super upset.
It's not that you said dyke. It's that you were referring to a human being as a dyke, and you didn't know that the word dyke was an offensive word, and you just kept saying it.
To be fair, it wasn't a real person. She was a character on a show.
Oh, she wasn't a real person because she was a lesbian, Tom? Real fucking nice.
That's not what I said.
So now gay people aren't real people.
That's not what I said.
You're going to hit me with that homophobe shit right now.
Whether or not the actress that played that person is a lesbian or a heterosexual, I have no idea. What I do know is that the character that she played was a very butch lesbian, which in what I've heard before is referred to as a dyke. I did not realize that that was an offensive term.
Well, thanks for clearing that up for us.
So anyway, I'm glad.
Do you think the girls should be able to join the Boy Scouts?
No comment.
Do you think that boys should be able to join the Girl Scouts?
I'm right down the middle on this one, Pat. I'm right on the fence. I'm not really sure how I feel about it yet. I'm going to do some more thinking on it, and maybe episode 160 or 260, I'll have an opinion on this.
I see you're doubling the episodes here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of doubling episodes, dude, won fucking $300 today on FanDuel.
Well, how's that speaking of doubling episodes?
Well, because I had 150 and I won 300.
Okay. What game were you playing?
I started out playing roulette as always, and I was up pretty good. And then I slowly got back to even. And I should have just cashed out and left, but I was having a beer with the boys and started going on my thing. So, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. I'm gonna play some slots, dude. My first spin on the slot machine, $495. First spin.
That's pretty awesome.
So I used some
What'd
of
you
that.
hit?
I don't know, man. Some fucking crazy booster bet or something. I don't fucking know. So,
Okay.
so I was like, all right. So I take 300 out. So now I'm still up a little bit, but I have my original investment in there. And I went back to playing some slots. I hit again for like $300. So I was up to
When you play the slots, what are you betting?
$10 to spin.
Okay.
Well, see, that's where it started to go bad for me, Pat, was once I won another 300, right? And I should have done the same thing, cashed it out, and okay, I'm walking away with $600. Hey, good day. However, I did not. I kept trying to find new slot machines to play on, and because of my wanting to win it big, I had to bet $10 a spin. So I'd go and try out a slot machine, spin it 3 or 4 times. What's $30 or $40? Real doll hairs that I just blew on. So you do that with 5 or 6 of them, and you're losing money pretty fast. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to play roulette. And then slowly but surely, my account says 0 again. So the good thing is that I cashed out 300.
I was just going to say the same thing.
If you remember on the show on Sunday, I'd cashed out 500 on Friday. Since then, I had put back in another 225. So I was still up 75. So I've pulled out that 300, so I could technically put back in another 75, and I'd still be even.
Okay.
So feeling pretty good.
I like it.
Anyway, you know what, Pat? I just got a little thing in my headphones here. It said that we need to hear from Anchor.fm.
But why don't I get notifications in my headphones?
Because they're not really there, Pat.
It's a goddamn lie.
They're not really notifications in my headphones.
I know.
I should have said, oh, Pat, we have to go to a commercial break.
Now, a word from our sponsors.
Man, those guys at Anchor.fm, fantastic people. Fantastic. They make
easier
a podcast.
Than Sunday morning.
They make podcasting so easy. It's amazing. It really is. Anyway,
and profitable. Pat, so profitable. We're out here handing out cash.
Yeah.
I mean, technically gift cards, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, you get
it. Tom, 3-finger news that's sure to shock you. Starting story here. We've got 2 stories. We're gonna move into holiday breakup stories, but first, 10 weird conversation starters for holiday parties. Need a little conversational ammunition this time of year? Try some odd truths about the year's biggest holiday that others probably don't know. Tom, last year we did Christmas traditions, actually all holiday traditions. I had a blast with it. I was looking to see if I could find any good new ones. I did a good job last year of finding the ones that I liked, so this year I had fucked myself. So I dug deep, and I found these facts about Christmas. Tom, December 25th was originally a pagan celebration. Nobody knows when Jesus of Nazareth was born, and nobody celebrated his birthday for hundreds of years. December 25th was co-opted from pagan rites connected with the winter solstice. Whoever the fuck co-opted this with the winter solstice instead of the summer solstice is a piece of shit. Tom, you want to read the second one?
No, because I don't have it pulled up.
Oh, cool. The nativity story resulted in several wars. In the first few centuries of the Christian era, controversy over whether or not Jesus was divine at birth created political and social unrest that frequently burst out into full-scale warfare. They don't teach you that in Bible study, do they?
I guess not. Mistletoe kissing originated from fertility rites. What?
You're going to want to keep reading.
Oh, okay. The hanging sprig is a very ancient symbol of virility, and therefore anybody standing beneath it, is signaling that he or she is sexually available.
Which is a fantastic adaptation. So nowadays you stand under the mistletoe to be cutesy. And you're like, oh, give me a kiss. We're under the mistletoe. But back then it was like, hey, guess what? I took a bath for the first time this year. The water was cold as shit. And my hairy bush is ready for a good old-fashioned cat bath. I like it.
Santa Claus originated in a newspaper ad. Far from being a quaint medieval legend. Quaint?
Yep.
Nice. Santa Claus first appeared as a recognizable entity was in a newspaper ad for toys and gift books in the mid-19th century.
Santa Claus, not that old. Christmas is only recently a family holiday. Christmas was originally celebrated as an adult form of trick-or-treat, but with the treat consisting of booze and the threatened trick consisting of bodily harm or destruction of property. That's fucking great. This holidays really evolved for the worst.
We Wish You a Merry Christmas was originally a threat. The ever-popular song was originally sung loudly and repeatedly by crowds of rowdy, low-class servants demanding booze from their masters, or else. We won't go until we get some.
Oh, that's what that line is about. You know what, Tom? We're going to pause. I know that we have 7, 8, 9, and 10 left. I had a thought. This is my thought.
Are you okay?
No, I'm good.
I know that your brain hurts when you think.
I didn't realize that was a joke. I thought you clicked pause or something on the show. So here's my thought. Cancel culture needs a target, right? Always. I have their next target, and I'm a little bit disappointed in cancel culture as a whole. Why has cancel culture not gone after Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? This is a song that not only glorifies bullying. I mean, they're literally singing about bullying this fucking reindeer. They're talking about how they didn't let him play in any of the reindeer games because he had a fucking red nose. Which, first off, I'm a fucking ginger. That's racist as shit. Okay? It had to be a red nose. He couldn't have had a fucking blue nose that made him look fucking different. Or a green nose. Or a yellow nose.
The red nose lights up the sky.
Why would a green nose or a white nose not light up the fucking sky?
Why does it have to be white? Why is everything about race with you?
My point is, it's a racist fucking song. It's a pro-bullying song. And I'll prove to you that it's a pro-bullying song. Because bullying does not have a happy ending. Kids commit suicide. Kids kill other kids. Kids get beat up. Kids develop depression and eating disorders. But in this song, they're like, great news. Santa Claus comes from out of fucking nowhere and recognizes that this deer's individualities actually make it better than the rest of the reindeer. And then all the reindeer are like, oh, fuck, you're cool as shit now. That's not how it works in the real world. If Santa was like, Rudolph, you're my favorite because you can guide the slow, he would have gotten his fucking ass kicked by the other ones who have been bullying him all this time. They would have just kept bullying him for being different because now he's getting credited for being different. There's no happy ending in this song. The fact that they portray it as a happy ending is bullshit, and cancel culture needs to get on this.
I think you're misinterpreting the song. Why don't you sing it for me?
This was my thought on my way into work this morning. I was thinking about this for 45 minutes of my hour-long drive, just thinking, what a bullshit song. Cancel culture's really fucking up.
Why don't you sing the song to me, Pat, real quick?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. None of the other reindeer let him play in any reindeer games. Then at the end of the song, Rudolph, you'll go down in history. Like Columbus, which is crazy because Columbus is considered a bad guy nowadays. They need to get on canceling this fucking song.
I think
Bring back Baby It's Cold Outside.
I don't know how you guys got down in Virginia when you learned that song, but nobody ever said like Columbus. But
What?
yeah, it's not real.
And you'll go down in history like Columbus or like George Washington. You never heard those endings?
No. 'Cause they're
Alternate
made up.
ending, dog.
So it's never let him play in any reindeer games. Then one Starry Christmas Eve.
I believe it was a foggy Christmas Eve.
Yeah, there you go. Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? And how the other reindeer loved him, blah, 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 blah. So I think what you're missing is that the song actually starts out bad because they all bullied him, right? But then once they recognize his individuality, they all accepted him for what he was good for.
Which is bullshit because that's not how real life works.
That's not true.
Bullying does not have a happy ending. And
You're trying to make it
Heard's a
something
piece of
that's-
shit.
You're trying to make it what?
I said, and Amber Heard's a piece of shit.
I'm not sure what Amber Heard has anything to do with this. Nor does your argument make any sense. Basically, what you're saying is
Goddamn
situation.
Republicans.
Basically, what you're saying, Pat, is situations are not situational, and we both know that situations are situational. Yes,
God damn it, you've got a good point.
not all bullyings end with a happy ending, but some do. It depends on the situation,
All massages at certain massage parlors end with a happy ending.
but not all massagers.
That's true.
I could use another one, but I feel like I'd get in trouble, like with the D word.
Tom, the fact that you're trying to apply logic and rational thinking to my emotional argument that comes from absolutely no justified direction whatsoever is really irritating, and I'm going to cancel you next.
Pat, if we have any less listeners, we won't have to be canceled.
Oh, Erica's on it. All the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Yeah, I mean, really what happens is these kids are all fucking bullying this outcast, and then the only fucking logical parental figure around, which is actually the master, the owner of these fucking children, comes over and is like, hey, I can use you for more than I'm currently using you for, so I'm going to use you, you worthless piece of shit. That's what the song's really about. Santa's an asshole.
Can we go back to the list now?
Yeah. Number 7. Number 8.
I think we're
Number
at 7.
The Christmas tree is a manufactured tradition. Victorian intellectuals like Clement Moore invented the tradition as part of a social movement to consciously reform Christmas away from its tradition of raucous drinking.
Interesting. Scrooge does not celebrate with the Cratchits.
Cratchits?
Yeah, there you go. While most cinema versions of A Christmas Carol show the reformed Mister celebrating with his lower class employees, in the book, Scrooge celebrates instead with the middle class nephew. Okay.
Christmas as a day off is a recent innovation. As late as 1850, December 25th was not a legal holiday in New England. So stores were open, businesses were open, and children were expected to attend school. That's some bullshit. Glad that got changed.
The 12 days of Christmas cost about $1.3 million. The big challenge is getting the lords to leap in unison. I figure about $100K per lord, with an extra $100K to cover the birds, rings, milkmaids, and so forth.
That's fantastic that somebody did the math on what it would cost. So those are 10 facts. 10 facts that you can bring up at your holiday party, your gift exchange, your grab bag, your secret Santa, the lighting of the menorah, whatever you want to bring it up at. You now have some ammunition to fuel a conversation.
I don't think they're talking about Christmas while they're lighting a menorah.
Well, they could, though. It's just a topic of conversation.
Why would they talk about Christmas while they're lighting a menorah?
It's not specifically about Christmas. It's about things related. They're Christmas adjacent.
Every single one of these is about Christmas.
Down the episode's about holidays. You using the word Christmas, that's an independent thought.
Every single one of these is about December 25th, which is Christmas.
The guy who keyword searched on Google to find what he was going to use for the timeline today may have used Christmas instead of holiday in his search.
Did you change the headlines from holidays to Christmas, or from Christmas to holidays?
I made the headlines.
That
So
makes me,
maybe.
Yes, 100%. It makes me super
next
upset that
story-
we always say
oh.
holidays instead of Christmas.
What do you say at work?
Merry Christmas.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. See, here's the thing, right? I understand that Christmas is a Christian holiday, which I can make up a number and say that 1/3 of the population of the world is Christian. No idea if that's true. But let's use that fictitious number and say that that's true. I went to school with a girl who was from Vietnam. Her family was, I believe, Buddhist, and they celebrated Christmas. And I got into an argument with her. I was in the 8th grade, and I said, "Why would you celebrate Christmas?"
Holy fuck, Tom. Are you ready for this? Your completely arbitrary and uneducated guess
That was pretty
1/3.
educated.
1/3 of the world is Christian, correct?
Yeah, it was actually, because I'm pretty sure I've heard the statistic before, but I wasn't positive, so I didn't want to act like I was. Why is it 1/3?
That would be 33.3%. The actual number in 2020 in percentage of people who are Christian worldwide, 31.11%.
Pretty good.
That is remarkably accurate.
So there you go. But anyway, so I got into an argument with this girl who was Buddhist and said, "Oh, I'm getting this for Christmas, blah, 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 blah." And I said, "Why are you celebrating Christmas? You're not a Christian." And she goes, "Well, everybody celebrates Christmas." And I said, "Then you don't understand what Christmas really is about. Christmas is about a man's birthday who gave his life for our sins." And it went on from there. So, and that's why I say Merry Christmas. I don't say Happy Holidays, because I realize that whether you're Christian or you're not, you most likely are celebrating Christmas. So I'm going to say Merry Christmas.
Well, and actually, in support of your ridiculous argument, 1/3 of the world may celebrate Christmas as Christians, but there are countries as a whole that are not very Christian. America is predominantly Christian.
It's not like that, right? But we also, what's the word? We're probably one of the only countries that actually, because this is what we do with everything. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, we make,
we accommodate all religions.
No. Listen, this is not a good thing that we do. We make it about money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, we've turned it into, like, if you go to England or something like that, you might get
a commercial holiday.
Yeah, there you go. You might get a gift for Christmas in England. Right?
Yeah, but we spoil our kids to the bone.
Yeah, and everybody's buying shit for, like, look it up, Pat. We probably spend $100 billion as a country for Christmas. It's fucking sickening. And I'm not saying, like, I'm one of them. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of them. I spend a stupid amount of money for no fucking reason. But, yeah. So, yeah, that's why I say Merry Christmas and not Happy Holidays. I don't give a fuck about all your... Like, we're not sitting around lighting a fucking menorah at my house. Or, for that matter, I might know one person that's lighting a menorah. I actually saw him yesterday. Should have asked him.
Well, this is not as helpful as we'd want it to be. I have the price that the average American spends on Christmas, but then we'd have to do more math to get to where I really want to get to. To answer your question, the average American in 2020 spent $886 on Christmas. 886 times 330 million is the number.
Yeah. Yeah, 275 billion. No big deal. $275 billion. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's a lot of wrapping paper.
Yeah.
Tom, our last story, Three Finger News that's sure to shock you. I titled it, I Won't Be Home for the Holidays. Tom, these are breakup stories around the holidays. I assure you, I saved my favorite for last because this is actually multiple articles that Miss Elizabeth found me, and I picked my favorite stories from the articles.
Are they funny?
They're sure to shock you.
All right. Honey, I won't be home for Christmas. I'm pregnant by your brother.
Sadia, 32, she said, that Christmas was the first I'd ever spent away from my family. His family was doing Secret Santa, so we only had to buy one present each. But I didn't think that applied to me and Tim. So I got him a weekend in Berlin as a present. He got me nothing. 2 weeks later, when we went on the holiday, he spent the entire weekend in the hotel watching The Whale Trapped in Thames, refusing to go out. The following weekend, he went to Manchester for work, in quotes, and returned to let me know he was leaving me for another woman. While I was still sobbing, he asked me to advise him on what outfits he should take to impress her. That's the most fucked up request.
You guys a piece of shit.
Yeah. Scumbag. Tom,
Love it.
You want to take Micah?
Micah, 38. My then boyfriend, Ryan, was an army officer and persuaded me to move into his house and look after it while he was away. There were loads of debt associated with the property, and I got stung for stuff such as 300 water rates, which
that's a pound sign.
Yeah,
it's 300 pounds.
300 pound rates, water rates, whatever, which I paid so they wouldn't get cut off. And on the proviso, Ryan paid me back for Christmas. I was invited to his parents' pad and spent a fortune on presents. Yeah, I didn't even get a card from Ryan. Meanwhile, I had to sit through the extended family's presents opening. And by that night, he turned to me and said, "Sorry, I can't do this anymore." He then asked if I would stay to look after his house for 3 months, show people around until it was sold, and if I could leave my furniture so it looked lived in. You can imagine what my reply was. Amazing.
That's a even more fucked up request than asking what outfit would look best.
Yeah.
This title, amazing, says, my boyfriend and I dated for almost 2 years and lived together for about a year and 3 months. Our breaking point was when he decided to spend Christmas with his female best friend and her family instead of with me. Throughout our relationship, she was a problem, as I felt he would defend her and talk about her in a way that almost made it feel as if I was his second girlfriend, or she was his second girlfriend. On Christmas Day, he got home, we were living together at his mom's house, and we started to argue, and he ended the relationship. For Christmas, he bought us tickets to Disneyland. However, due to our breakup, he ended taking his female best friend instead.
Nice.
Yeah, sweetheart, he wants to fuck his female best friend more than he wants to fuck you. That's the end of that story.
It happens.
By the way, he's also in the friend zone and is never going to fuck that female best friend.
Yeah, he's fine.
Tom, this is the last one, and I can't fucking wait for you to read it, buddy.
I don't know if I want to read it, but whatever. Rebecca, 34. My first love broke up with me in a brutal way. We had been going out for a while, and I thought he was the one. I invited him to spend Christmas with me, but he made some lousy excuse and handed me a present instead. It was quite a big box, beautifully wrapped. I can already see this going. I'm so excited. So I did slave my bruised feelings. So it did slave
Salve?
Yeah, what the fuck is up with these people fucking using weird words?
They're all fucking European, bro.
Yeah. So it did salve my bruised feelings. It felt like he was still serious about us. Anyway, I put the present under the tree. On Christmas Day, sat with my parents and younger brother. I debated opening the present in private, but decided not to. How I lived to regret that decision. I'm so excited. As I unwrapped it, a card fell out, which someone said, "You might be needing this in the future." In confusion, I looked around the room and saw horrified looks on my parents' faces and heard my brother asking, "But what is it?" His final present to me was a rampant rabbit vibrator. It's fucking awesome. It's
It's
fucking
the most
awesome.
thoughtful breakup present I've ever heard of.
You
I've
say
never really
awful?
heard of a breakup present.
Awful? That's
No,
that's
thoughtful.
Oh,
He was so considerate of her feelings. First off, the idea of, getting a really big box and putting a really small present in it, that's adorable. He really went out of his way to surprise this girl with the gift. And then to have a vibrator when you've lost the cause of orgasm in your life, he's bridging the gap between him and the next guy by giving her this very thoughtful gift. This guy, as far as I'm concerned, is the only one of these people who's not a complete scumbag.
I really thought when I started reading this that it was going to be an empty box, which would have been just as funny.
Oh, Tom, it is an empty box, but this guy's provided it with a solution.
I see what you did there. You're referring to her vagina as a box.
That is correct.
Okay, good. Glad we're on the same page. That's fucking funny. That's the name of the show, Empty Box.
Empty box for Christmas.
Empty Box for Christmas. Anyway,
I love
Pat.
it.
Pat, I'll see you tomorrow, but Merry Christmas to all the listeners out there. Thanks for
Number
listening.
Niners, Merry Christmas.
Hey, if you bumped into us and you listen to this show, drop a comment, drop a like, drop a subscribe. YouTube page, Number 9 with Tommy Podcast. Twitch, NO9 Media. Twitch, NO9 Gaming, where you can see the Bearded Gamer game sometimes, hardly ever. Pat, anything else you got? Go to the podcast, the Number 9 Podcast, or the Number 9 Podcast.com. We got a merch store on there. We sell all kinds of fancy merch. Go check it out. Great Christmas
Additionally, the Number 9 Podcast at gmail.com. Email us. Send us your thoughts. Send us what you want us to talk about. Send us that you want to be on the show. Send us what you want to talk about when you're on the show. Email us some shit. And on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all the places that you're listening to this, give us 5 stars, leave a review. It helps us greatly with the sponsorship and the team over at Anchor FM. We appreciate it. Lastly, Number Niners, I say good holiday.
Merry Christmas. Fuck bitch shit. Can't say Merry Christmas. Blue Justice, Erica, thanks for coming and watching along. Appreciate you guys. Blue Justice, Merry Christmas, Erica. I'll see you in a little bit.